Hey, everybody. Welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as a thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, we got some very big news around the Ethereum spot ETFs. The approval chances continue to look really good. There's no guarantee it will get approved by the Thursday, May 23rd deadline. But let me give you the big updates. First, Barron's is reporting that the SEC has informed exchanges that it is leaning towards approving the spot Ethereum ETFs. That's fact number one. Fact number two, James Seyffert of Bloomberg is reporting, he's the ETF analyst. He said, it's happening. We have at least 5 of the potential Ethereum ETF issuers that have submitted their amended 19B-4s in the last 25 minutes. Now, this was a couple hours ago. He says Fidelity, VanEck, Invesco/Galaxy, ARK/21 Shares, and Franklin Templeton all submitted via the CBOE. Wow, folks. So the issuers are taking action, and that's a clear sign. And everybody's scrambling, right? It's all hands on deck because that deadline is Thursday. He says, though, still a potentially long way from a launch, but these filings prove that all of the rumors and speculation and chatter have been accurate. Need to actually see SEC approval orders on all the 19B-4s, and then we will need to see S1 approvals. Could be weeks or more before ETFs launch. So that's an important factor. With all the folks scrambling right now to get their paperwork through, there still needs to be time for these applications to be reviewed. And as James said here, there's different stages and phases to this. After the 19Bs -4s, then you have to go to the S1s. Now, it could still happen this Thursday because, look, these folks have been around the block already with the SEC because they did it with the Bitcoin spot ETFs. However, it depends how fast the SEC can move. And the pressure is mounting, though. We're going to talk about that pressure after this. James said, though, one of the important things that they're seeing is that the SEC is striking out staking. The SEC is saying no staking in these ETFs. None of the ETH that is participating in the ETF can be staked. So that could go back to the SEC's agenda against stopping crypto staking, trying to make it a security. Now, I don't think that's a big deal because I think the issuers will just have to disclose, hey, you're just buying the underlying asset. We're not staking it. You're not earning your rewards. And this is where self-custody comes in, right? I self-custody. I don't use an ETF, but look, the mom and pop, average Joe and Jane will want to do that. Institutions will want to do that. So I think just getting it approved as is without the staking is fine. Later versions can have staking, or they can be a new version that has staking. So we'll have to wait and see. But big updates here. James says, yes, our approval odds are still at 75%. Not that it even means anything anymore. So guys, big updates here. This thing is happening. It may not happen this week or this on Thursday, the deadline, but it's around the corner. Very bullish for the markets. And guys, when this gets approved, I think it's going to open the floodgates. The market's going to go bonkers. And look, we are in a bull market. We got the next leg up. Bitcoin's already starting to make its move up. So exciting times. Now, some more facts. Eleanor Turd of Fox Business highlighted that VanEck, one of the issuers, their ETH spot ETF has been added to the DTCC website. We saw this happen with the Bitcoin ETF race. These ETFs were added to the DTCC website. So we're seeing movement. Things are moving in the right direction here. In addition, the folks at VanEck, they tweeted out the SEC comments are coming in. So straight from the horse's mouth. They are one of the issuers, of course. And they tweeted out a meme. You guys, if you haven't followed them, they've been doing a great marketing, social media marketing, engaging with people, posting memes and so forth. So we're getting clear facts here that things are in motion and we are at the cusp of some sort of approval. Now, the pressure is building on Gensler and the SEC, folks. I'm blown away at the impact crypto is having in politics. Today, Donald Trump and his campaign officially started accepting crypto for donations. And this comes just a couple weeks after Donald Trump said at Mar-a-Lago in Florida that he's the pro-crypto candidate, vote for him, Biden and Gensler hate it, and that he'll make it happen as far as accepting crypto donations. Folks, you go to donaldjtrump.com/crypto. He is accepting Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, USDC, XRP, Dogecoin, and here is Shiba Inu, and I can't make out the other logo. Nevertheless, incredible. A former president and a current presidential candidate is accepting crypto and saying, I'm the pro crypto candidate. Now, folks, I'm just reporting the news to you. I'm not telling you who to vote for. I'm not trying to endorse Donald Trump or Biden because I know people get very upset and emotional about politics, right? It is what it is. That's the nature of politics. But my point is to get you to look at this from an investment standpoint, not a political standpoint necessarily, because this podcast is not about politics. And I want you to look at the charts. I want you to look at the macro fundamentals and the adoption, the potential for regulations, the potential for an ETF approval. I want you to look at all of this together so that you are a much more educated and informed investor and understand where we've come from and where we're going. And folks, this is amazing. I got into this market in 2016. I couldn't imagine this. It's incredible what's happening. And as I've been saying, crypto has become ubiquitous. It's appearing everywhere. Politics, the traditional financial markets, Wall Street and the banks can't ignore it anymore. They're embracing it. It's coming up in pop culture and society, folks. It's incredible what's happening. And I'm glad I'm early. I'm glad I was buying the dips and buying the blood on the streets, right? As Warren Buffett and all the big time investors say, that's when you want to be buying. You're not buying the euphoric blow off top. We know about dumb money and smart money. Dumb money buys with the herd. That's the wrong time. They buy into pumps and they get dumped on, right? And that's the nature of markets. But this is where you want to do your research and be educated so that you know when to take your position, be patient, and then sell the blow off tops. You are riding the wave of these cycles, right? But you got to get on the surfboard in the bear market, in the shallow, and then ride the wave up, and then, get your thrills, get your money and all that, guys. So incredible what's happening. Now, what's pretty funny is that, and shout out to Dan Spuller of the Blockchain Association, he tweeted this out. He said, review these messages sent out on the same day by the campaigns of Joe Biden and Donald J. Trump. First, like we said, Donald J. Trump highlighting that they're accepting crypto. But then Biden sent out a message, and look, we know it's not Biden. It's the Biden administration and the people who work under him. Here's the message. Folks, this couldn't be any more serious. Cryptocurrency executives and oil barons are coming out of the woodwork for Trump. They're rushing $800,000 checks at glitzy events. Oh, come on, man. They're making a big mistake here, trying to make cryptocurrency seem like it's a Republican thing. Cryptocurrency is bipartisan. It's just a technology and an asset class. It's too bad that it's not, once again, not Biden himself. It's Elizabeth Warren. She is the one who raised the banner. I'm the anti-crypto leader, army leader. I'm building an anti-crypto army. And we know she has the power because one of the deals she made with the Biden administration or with Biden in his camp was that, hey, I'm going to drop out of the Democrat race and I'll support you. But you got to give me that financial head job, right? Where I control everything. And obviously, she helped appoint Gensler, and Gensler is a puppet on strings with her. And what I learned in DC last week, going to the DC Blockchain Summit, is that her cronies are positioned in almost every government agency. That's why you've been seeing a lot of the aggression and nonsense coming out of many different government agencies. It's because she's pulling a lot of strings, and that was very eye-opening. Preston Byrne tweeted out her image of the anti-crypto army for her campaign and says, turns out the anti-crypto army was basically a half dozen academics and non-practicing think tank lawyers, and the crypto army was 60 million angry voters. The Democrats are playing with fire here because what we're seeing is there's a lot of young people who own crypto, and historically, we've seen young people vote Democrats, right? But they're messing with their base, so to speak, because they're trying to stop this and do draconian rules and all this nonsense, which is preventing these people from being able to build some wealth and grow their net worth and so forth. So imagine you're taking that stance from preventing people to be able to invest and make their decisions and create some financial freedom for themselves. You're really messing with a lot of the voter base, which has voted for you historically. But this is what Elizabeth Warren has been doing. Now, we're going to talk about Democrats flipping on Elizabeth Warren. But before we do that, quick word from our sponsor, and that is Uphold, which is one of the top crypto platforms out there. You can buy Bitcoin and all the top altcoins. They have 260 plus cryptocurrencies. You can also trade precious metals on this platform, such as gold, silver, palladium, and platinum. I've been using Uphold since 2018, so I can vouch for this platform. Folks, they have proof of reserves. They have transparency reports that you can go take a look at. They don't commingle or lend out your funds. So once again, I trust this platform. I've been using it for a long time. So if you'd like to learn more about Uphold, check out the link in the description. Now, folks, what we're seeing because of that voter base situation I was telling you guys about, many Democrats in the House and Senate are flipping on Elizabeth Warren. Even Chuck Schumer flipped on her. And this is because they see the light at the end of the tunnel, that if we keep messing around and we keep hammering on this issue, which shouldn't be a political issue and which should be regulated, but you don't have to be draconian and try to attack the industry like Gensler has been doing. So we saw the Democrats in the House and the Senate flipped on Elizabeth Warren, joined the Republicans to repeal the SEC's SOB 121. Well, the FIT bill will be voted on tomorrow. And here we got a headline. Several U.S. House Democrats petitioned colleagues to join yes side on crypto bill. The crypto market structure bill, FIT 21, is set for a vote on Wednesday. And it's going to be a big day tomorrow, folks. And I'm hoping the momentum carries through and Democrats help to get this bill out the House. That will be groundbreaking. We could see the market move. We'll have to wait and see. Fingers crossed. No guarantees, of course, right? So 8 House Democrats signed onto a memo arguing in favor of a largely Republican-driven bill to establish U.S. regulations over the crypto markets. Now, folks, we just need this to get out of the House, because that will set a great foundation for it to go to the Senate. And the Senate has its own version. Senator Cynthia Lummis, Republican, and Kirsten Gillibrand out of New York, a Democrat, have their own versions of the stablecoin bill and the market structure bill. So what I think will happen, let's say this gets out of the House tomorrow, this House bill will probably be merged with Senator Lummis and Kirsten Gillibrand's version, and then it will be attached to a larger bill to get it through the Senate. What I've heard is that no standalone crypto bill has a likelihood of making it through the Senate by itself. But if you package it with something, I don't know, economic or technological, a larger bill, it will get through. I think that happens in 2025. I don't think it happens this year. I could be entirely wrong. And if it does, that will be incredibly bullish. But look, summer is coming up. It's an election year. So if this gets out of the House, big win. I would be super happy about that. And it will be a big loss, a big fat L for scumbag regulator Gary Gensler and Elizabeth Warren. Here's what Stuart Alderati of Ripple had to say. He says, with the FIT 21 coming up for vote this week, a reminder that the House Agriculture GOP had the foresight in 2023 to publish a fact sheet that cited the Ripple decision. XRP in and of itself is not a security, to debunk the SEC's myth that all digital assets were securities. So folks, the Ripple case was key. It was key, folks. And when the SEC attacked Ripple, a lot of people were making fun of Ripple and the XRP army, but we were saying, look, this is an attack on crypto. The way that this was done by Jay Clayton, all the language and all the things that were in this lawsuit, there was such overreach here that it just showed it was not even merely about Ripple and XRP. It was about the entire crypto asset. And now a lot of people had to shut their mouth and eat their words, right? A lot of them, especially ETH people, some Bitcoin folks and so forth, and realize Gensler is coming after everything. So folks, this ruling by Judge Torres was very significant, and it's case law that's going to be used even by politicians to put together regulations to highlight the SEC is off base here. So this was such a crucial victory, not just for Ripple and XRP, but the entire crypto industry. And speaking of fighting back against the SEC, Uniswap, they are fighting back. So they got a Wells notice not too long ago. Robinhood also got a Wells notice recently. Hayden Adams, who is the inventor of the Uniswap protocol, says today, Uniswap responded to the SEC's Wells notice. We believe the SEC should embrace open source technology that makes markets cheaper, faster, and more safe. And then TLDR here is that they're fighting back and they are not going to lay down to the SEC here. And this is what we're seeing. The entire industry is now like, you know what? We're taking the gloves off. We're going to fight because and this goes back to Ripple winning that part of the lawsuit showed the chink in the armor of the SEC that, oh, they don't always have it right. There's weakness here. And the industry's piling on. We are seeing lawsuit after lawsuit going against the SEC now. So it's a mess. This is why Congress is looking to act, folks. Now let's move ahead. Circle, which is the issuer of the stablecoin USDC, their CEO Jeremy Allaire highlighted today that they have launched a new media campaign titled "Money is Now Open." So we are seeing mass marketing coming from Coinbase, Circle, Ripple as well. This is what you need. You need to educate the public, understand the benefits of crypto and blockchain and moving money faster and instant settlement and all the benefits that it's going to help get people who are underbanked or don't have financial resources to get that. And crypto is going to help that not just in the United States, but globally. So this is really great. And I love that, crypto is going more mainstream and we're seeing more campaigns of brand awareness and so forth. Now, speaking of stable coins, today, 1 billion USDT was minted at the Tether Treasury. I've often shared this with you guys over the years that when you see this, expect a lot of this capital, not all of it, to go into the market. So funny how it aligns with the charts, right? So I will leave it there with you guys, and you know what's coming next. If you've been a subscriber and a follower of this podcast, you know what's coming next. So we're all waiting for Bitcoin to continue its next move up. It could be that we get big news tomorrow of the FIT bill getting passed, and then the markets rip. And then we got the Ethereum spot ETF. Maybe it happens Thursday. Maybe it happens a week from now or 2 weeks from now. And that adds fuel to the fire. Folks, I hope you're excited as I am. I hope you're bullish as I am. Look, short term, daily, hourly, you're going to see pumps and roller coaster rides and dives and all that, right? But when in doubt, zoom out. You'll see we are in a bull market, in an uptrend. And we're nowhere close to being finished here. So more liquidity is coming in. Folks, don't forget to grab a copy of my book, Rethinking Crypto, on Amazon. Grab a copy to support the podcast. It's just $18. It's paperback and in digital as well. Buy a couple copies for your friends and family who want to learn about crypto. It talks about crypto's past, present, and future. It gives the holistic view about crypto, why FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried were not the ethos of crypto. Why is Wall Street here? Why the ETF race for Bitcoin? What's tokenization? What does the future look like? Why the SEC overreach and all the pushback and fighting and so forth against the industry? It talks about all that, guys, and more. And it gives some tips for investing in crypto. So please grab a copy. Link will be in the description. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your support. And I'll talk to you all later.